Hi, Margareta. So we know from the first endoscopy procedure where the object is. It's inside Margareta's stomach. We don't know exactly what it is, but it's not huge. Hey, sweetie. And seeing that this thing is just really not moving, we feel confident that it's safe to feed her at this point.
We'll see if she's willing to participate in some training.
Okay.
We'll just let Margareta guide the session. We do want to provide as much normalcy as we can. We want to see her eating fairly normally. We want to see her offering behaviors to the extent that she normally would.
Hey, Margareta. Hey, sweetie. Hi, pretty girl. You wanna come down?
She eat anything? That octopus is still there?
Yep.
Okay. I've known Margareta since she was born. I've spent a lot of time working with her. She's not really acting herself.
Honey.
Her behaviors are a little depressed, and she's not eating fish right now.
Well, I'll give her a break.
When she was in her pool, she was still acting normally and eating normally, even though she had ingested this object. So I think it's probably from being outside of her normal social group and outside of her normal pool. Sea lions can go for long periods of time without eating,
She definitely was like, enough.
but it's stressful on her. And we are very hopeful that this next procedure will go very well and remove that object and get her back with her family. She didn't eat anything.
Oh, poor baby.
The hard stretcher? Okay, yeah, bring it in.
Usually you don't want to separate sea lions from the rest of their family. They are social animals.
Hey, Marg.
But for Margareta's health and for her, life, we have to do that temporarily. And so she's going to be undergoing another procedure at the health center to see if we can retrieve the foreign object.
We're gonna try doing things a little bit differently because the whole problem last time wasn't so much grabbing it, it was just trying to pull it through. So today we're using a tube that will kind of flare out. Hopefully with the difference in technique, we might have a little bit more success.
Perfect. Okay.
Scoping or removing a foreign body with an endoscope is just light years better than the alternative, which is surgery. So today's gonna be a repeat effort of that. Sorry, sweetie. We gotta do this again.
She started, guys. $176. That's less than she was last time.
She's lost 6 kilograms. So her stomach is pretty clean.
There it is. There it is. There it is.
So before we saw this, we got a good view of it. We could even grab it and pull it several different times, but the sphincter was just so tight that we couldn't pull that object through. All mammals have that kind of a sphincter between the esophagus and the stomach that keeps things in the stomach that belong in the stomach. The problem is this sphincter was kind of spasming or tightening, so with our kind of modifications that we made and with the different drug protocol that we're using, that'll hopefully reduce the spasms.
How long has he been trying?
Not very long, 10 minutes or so.
I mean, it's sad that this happened. Somebody just decided to toss this toy in with the sea lion, not really probably meaning any harm, not giving it a lot of thought, just figuring it's going to give the animal something to play with.
Let's grab the grasper or the snare.
Short of enclosing the whole exhibit in some sort of dome, there's really no way to prevent this. I think an education campaign is our best tactic for making people aware of why this is not a good thing to do.
It's in the same place that it was the very first time we saw it, right at the curvature of the stomach. Are you tight? Okay, close slowly.
I don't think I lost it.
No, I don't think we lost it. Okay, stop. Hold everything. I got my fingers on it. Okay. Well done. That wasn't easy.
All right.
What is that? The irony of this is this monkey that's attached to a straw. This is a reusable straw that we sell here at the zoo because we've joined a campaign to limit single-use plastics.
Okay, disconnected. I got it.
I think our team handled this great. And I'm really hoping we can make something out of this unfortunate situation. We can turn it into a teachable moment.
2, 3. Okay.
By and large, our guests are really great. We have 2 million people that come here every year and very few incidents like this. It's just important to remember when something like this does happen that your actions can have a direct effect on an animal or an animal's health.
Yeah. Good girl.
She should recover from anesthesia probably over the next hour, 2 hours.
There we go. Give her a little privacy.
And if she looks good, she'll be able to go back to the sea lion exhibit, the same day.
1, 2, 3. Oh, Lord, yes, that's okay. Don't move, Margaretta.
Margaretta's got out of her scoping procedure. She was watched for a good hour and a half, 2 hours, and she seemed really well. And I'm looking forward to her coming back to the sea lion pool.
Go up a little bit. She's coming.
Margaretta's a pretty integrated part of the social structure in the pool.
There we go. We got it.
So her rejoining the pool is a homecoming. Everybody's watching. It's a welcome home committee. There's that breath exchange.
When the sea lions are reunited, it looks like they're kissing each other's noses, but they're actually smelling each other's breath. So they're like, oh, I know you. Kisses. It looks very sweet, but it does serve an actual purpose.
Woo, there they go. She's checking everything out. She is looking relaxed. She's swimming with the rest of the sea lions. Both of the babies haven't left her, and then look at them poking their heads out.
Hey guys, this is Toby. Toby is a harbor seal. He says hello. One of the things I think is really cool about a harbor seal is this mottled color. This is used for camouflage mostly to avoid predation rather than to act as a predator himself. Oh, he doesn't like me talking about his predators. Looking down on this guy with a little bit of the reflection from the water can break up a silhouette and he won't be hunted. Right, big guy? Oh! I said hunted and he's out. Toby is 5 years old and he is a full-grown male. He's about 200 pounds. Like a lot of the animals here at the George Aquarium, Toby is trained. This training may just sound like, oh, well, it's the same reason I train my dogs, but these guys, they're trained so that they can make themselves available to their trainers so they can monitor their condition. And the best way to train, and the only way I believe in the way that we do things here at Animal Bites, treats, treats, treats. So as you see those fishies swinging into frame, those are his treats. So we're here with Megan, Toby's favorite person. Now, Megan, tell me about Toby.
Well, Toby is 5 years old. He's a male, and he has a ton of personality, huh? Can you say hi?
What is a seal family structure?
So seals are actually usually live in solidarity. So they're not actually in a group like sea lions. A lot of the time you'll see that they're in large groups, they're laying on top of each other. But seals, they kind of like their own free time. So when you see them, they may be nearby on the beach, but not necessarily all together in a pile like a sea lion would be.
And they get together just for breeding purposes, and then that's it.
Exactly.
All right.
So with harbor seals, you're gonna see where he's using those hind flippers. He's moving them back and forth, almost like a shark motion, because he's gonna use those hind flippers to propel himself through the water. And he's gonna use these flippers that are pectoral flippers here, they're gonna be used for steering. On a sea lion, it's the exact opposite. They're gonna use their pectoral flippers to propel themselves through the water and their hind flippers for steering. So they both have hind flippers, they both have pectoral flippers, they're just using them in opposite ways.
He's kicking around right there. He doesn't seem like he's injured or anything, but
I wonder what's got him wanting to be up here.
he's way up here.
Yeah. Nothing hanging off his lips or anything like that.
Oh, he looks like he's
Having a little snack. Has he just been hanging in this one spot, too?
When I first came down, he was under the bridge there on the other side trying to get up on the rocks, and he couldn't do it.
He seems kind of tired and kind of hungry.
The seal's made its way a significant distance up a tidal creek. It's high tide now, the tide's gonna turn pretty soon, and that tidal creek is gonna dry right up.
No, I think the only thing we can really do is kind of wait
Yeah, just
with the tide. When the tide turns, if he doesn't start heading out. I wonder what is in the mud that he's finding appetizing.
Mussel or
Check the tide chart in the truck real quick.
with low tide, it does get very low down here with hardly any water, so it's hard for him to stay cool.
For Hampton Harbor, it says 10:50, and it is 10:50.
so it's gonna start turning here.
The tide is just about dead high. As the tide turns, the water's gonna start rushing back out towards the ocean. It's gonna reach close to 90 degrees today. For that seal to be on dry land in that weather would not be ideal. He probably thinks he's got a great spot and doesn't realize, you know, in a couple hours.
Tide goes out, he's stuck.
My hope is that the seal goes with the tide and swims out and goes back to the ocean. If not, I don't think on foot we'd be able to get on both sides of the creek. There's too many other small creeks that are too deep to just go in by foot. If it doesn't go out, we may resort to getting a kayak or a small boat and working him down. With the bridge here, everything that's washing downstream is probably a good place for him to sit and eat.
Oh yeah, everything comes right to him. He is a ways in though. Yeah, he is. He's going under the bridge now, so.
The seal's moved a short distance in the right direction, a short distance towards the ocean, but it keeps kind of wandering back towards the little bridge. I've got a long pole in my truck. I'm just gonna try to make some disturbances in the water in an attempt to make him uncomfortable and want to swim away, just to see if that works, just to get him swimming in the right direction.
He thinks that's something to eat.
I was gonna say, it looks like he's expecting us to feed him.
Yeah. He's so friendly, which is kind of funny. Hey, go that way. Go that way.
When I splashed the pole in the water, I thought it would make the seal uncomfortable. He actually came towards it. He started swimming in the direction back upstream, so I put the pole in, give him a little poke, not to do anything but make him a little uncomfortable and turn around.
Hey, go that way. Go that way. Go that way. Whoa. You're supposed to go that way.
Got some big teeth. He's got a pretty gnarly growl to him, so we're gonna leave him alone. We don't want to harass him. We want to move him in the right direction, but we don't want to stress him out either.
I'm Adam. Nice to meet you, Brent.
One of
Hi,
the
Graham.
folks from Seacoast
Nice
Science
to see you.
Center.
Thanks for coming down. Now we've got Bryn here from the Marine Mammal Rescue Group. He's starting to go the right way.
Yeah, we think it's a gray seal. There just might be young mud skippers in there or eggs, fish. They follow food in. It's gonna probably follow the food out.
She's assessed its behavior. She got a good look at it. She said juvenile gray seal, looks healthy, displaying normal behavior, no apparent injuries. The tide's just starting to turn. And just like we were hoping, as the tide's going out, he seems to be going out too.